So we are in 2024 and we are going to start off 2024 with a song genre that is nearest and dearest to my heart, and that is the sea shanty. So let me give you a little bit of origin about the sea shanty, and then I'll tell you why or what led me to like these. And it wasn't the TikTok trend. Like I was down way before then. So the word shanty comes from the French word chanter, meaning to sing. And basically, when English speakers got a hold of the word chanter, we took it and we ran with it, and we're like, we're gonna this word all the way up. So these are also referred to as work songs, and these would be sang by sailors to coordinate their work. And it's also been said that African Americans or, Black people have a hand in creating the sea shanty, because there's a lot of call and response, which is a big part of songs across the African diaspora. These songs could have a lot of words or very little words. And then you have some that are like, it starts with very little words, and then they're just like, we're just going to keep going. We've got nothing to do. It's 1736. Ain't no TVs, and a third of us can't read, so we're just going to keep this song going. But either way, it helped to keep the rhythm needed for, say, hauling lines on a ship, so hauling the ropes. So that's a little bit of the background, and the reason this made it to my channel is because some of these songs are a touch creepy, and we here do a touch creepy. But let me tell you how I got into sea shanties. So I wasn't on it like I said, like on TikTok and stuff. No, let me put this behind me. I had been into these songs. I didn't know what they were called, but part of it was because, first of all, I love going to the beach, love being on the ship. This is gonna sound so like uppity. I've been cruising all my life, and so I've been around the ocean, and stuff like that. But when I was little, my mom, one Christmas, bought me this video called Paul Bunyan. And I mean, really, it was Paul Bunyan was the main story, but then there were other stories. So they even had like some Greek mythology on there. But there was one called Hunters of the Sea, and it was about whaling, basically, like how whaling was done back in the day, specifically the 1800s. That was like the height of whaling, and they talk about Nantucket and all this other stuff. But that was like that was when I first heard this sea shanty, and the very first one I heard was Blow You Winds in the Morning. The second one was Holloway Joe, which is also in that Paul Bunyan, or that Hunters of the Sea portion of the Paul Bunyan video. And y'all, I thought this song was like absolute bars. Like you could not stop. Everybody else is listening to like okay, I did listen to Crisscross, but everybody else was listening to Crisscross and your normal music, and here I am on the playground hollering Holloway Joe. And I remember one of my gym teachers had been in the Navy, and she was like, why are you singing that, little person? That's okay. But I would go around singing these songs. Like, you would have thought that I was on a tall ship as a cabin boy in 1745 in another life. Maybe it was, I don't know, but these songs struck a chord with me. And I think what made it even more special was the fact that at this time, there was this show called Radio Hornblower. Okay, see, I feel like I'm the only black person on this planet that knows what in the actual hell that show is. But it was like it was that, and then I had these sea shanties going on. So yeah. And they're all on my phone, so year of each other. It was a weird time. It was the 90s, and TBS was playing 20,000 Leagues nonstop. So we're gonna get on to the creepy ish that is the sea shanties that I have found. So grab your Horatio hornblowers and your Roronozoros, because it's about to go down, or your Luffy's if that's the way you choose to live your life. He's too bouncy for me. I'm one to talk. So now we're gonna go on to the first song, which is called Blow the Man Down. So Blow the Man Down is said to have origins in the 1860s, and it came from the Black Ball Line, which referred to the name of two fleets of transatlantic packet ships, one based in Liverpool and the other in New York. Excuse me. So this was for hauling halyards, and I'll put a picture of what a halyard is. The meaning behind this song has many interpretations, but the theme, according to oldtimemusic.com, revolves around the harsh realities of maritime life. So Blow the Man Down specifically tells the stories of sailors being shanghaied, which is basically nautical slavery. And I'm going to do a video on Shanghai probably after this one, so get ready. It's about to get real nautical these next few months, or just really in February. I'm not gonna do y'all like I'm not gonna do y'all like that. So the way it is done is spine chilling. So let's look at some of these lyrics, and I got the lyrics down right here. So it starts out with, as I was a walking down Paradise Street, and then you go into way, hey, blow the man down. A handsome young damsel I happened to meet, and then they go on to give me some time to blow the man down. So that's the response part. So the call is the first line, for example, as I was walking down Paradise Street, and then the next line, way, hey, blow the man down, is the response part. So then like I said, he said he's met a girl, and so here's the thing, what I found out about Paradise Street. So I think I have this actually later on in my yeah, I'm gonna break it down for you in just a moment, but just listen to the lyrics that I have bold in here. A handsome young damsel I happened to meet, and then they go on to give me some time to blow the man down. At the pub down on Lime Street, I then went astray. And he says next, I drank enough stout to fill Galway Bay. So this man got towed up. Like he got apparently, it was time. It was a party. The next I remember, I woke in the dawn on a tall Yankee clipper that was bound round Cape Horn. By the way, check out my Cape Horn TikTok if you would like. Beware of the drink whenever it's free. So, and I wrote here, bruh. I'm gonna break this down for you. So, this man, a sailor, was walking down the street. He met a fine young woman in Liverpool. So FYI, Paradise Street, where he met this woman, was originally a place of ill repute. I'll say ill repute, but I mean, there were sex workers there. So he then goes down on Lime Street to a pub, and this is where things go down. He got more than 3 sheets to the wind, as I said before. He got towed up. So much so that he could have filled Galway Bay. Do you know how big Galway Bay is? It's substantial. But whatever he drank made him essentially drugged, and he woke up the next morning on a ship going around Cape Horn. So, other than this man being drugged and pressed into forced labor, it's creepy that he does not truly know how long he has been out. So, Cape Horn, they're a pretty long distance. So, a voyage from Liverpool to Cape Horn would have taken 6 to 12 weeks. So, this man may have woken up at dawn 6 to 12 weeks after he was drugged. absolutely unnerving. This man did not know how long he was out. And initially, because I kind of know a little bit of history about Shanghaiing, I thought initially that the damsel, the woman, was in on it, which would happen. But I think that she was unrelated. I think he was just telling the story like, yeah, I did this thing, we was walking around, went to get a drink, got so drunk that I was essentially drugged and pressed into working on a ship. There's a wonderful book by Jack London, by the way, that talks about this kind of situation, and it's pretty terrifying. And that's what I think about initially when I hear blow the man down. But yeah, like that last part is so chilling. Beware of the drink whenever it's free. Like that's creepy. And he's telling it, the way I perceive it, I believe the way other people perceive it, is that he's telling this story to greenhorns or fresh sailors, people fresh to the game, just in case they get in a situation like that. Beware the drink whenever it's free. And actually, I would argue that is still relevant. Drunken sailor. We all know this one. What shall you do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? So this next song is just violent. That's literally what I put. I'm like, violence all day. So this is one of those songs I heard as a child in the illustrious film Muppet Treasure Island. Y'all know the scene I'm talking about? Come on. Jim Hawkins is coming into the galley to meet Long John Silver. And LJS is singing a bar from this song. And I love Tim Curry. Okay, first of all, he's one of my favorite actors. I love the way he sings this song. I don't know why. I find it comforting. Maybe I'll see why that is with my therapist next week. But there's something about the way he sings it. But what the bar that he's singing from that song is, put him in the longboat till he rises. And he's repeating, put him in the longboat till he rises early in the morning. Disney, Jim Henson was smart about not having Tim Curry sing the other lyrics in the song. However, because good Lord, it gets real. I guess they didn't think us 80s babies could handle a little violence. Come on. Anyways, I'm guessing the people in this song are just like dumb upset that this sailor is drunk. I mean, and I guess on a tall ship, you probably don't want your people to be towed up, because that means no work is going to get done. So let's go into these lyrics. It starts out innocent, innocent enough. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Then it gets wild. Put him in the scuppers with a hose pipe on him. So what are scuppers? If you've been on any, I've seen them on cruise ships, didn't know what they were called, but if you've been on any like big or large, same thing, large ship, seagoing vessel, you'll see these little openings in the like bottom or like along the deck itself, and those are scuppers, and that's basically to allow water to drain. And we all know what a hose pipe is, so it's like, let's just pour water on this man till he wakes the flip up. So they were just gonna lay this man out and waterboard him. So I guess it didn't come out innocent enough. Tie him to the taffrail when she's yard arm under. Okay. I was gonna try to explain this, but I'm gonna put a picture of what a taffrail and a yard arm is. But what you gotta know though is, if I remember correctly, if your yard arm is underwater, your ship is probably listing pretty severely. There's another term for it, but I can't. I'm just I can't right now. My nautical brain isn't working. Give them a taste of the Boston's roping. So let's beat them. Let's beat the drunk out of them, because that's what you do. Anybody suffering with alcoholism out there, just get beat. Tie him to the mast and then you flog him. Beat again. Kill Harlem till he's sober. See, at that point, they're just like, okay, this isn't working. Kill Harlem till he's sober. So, kill hauling, if you don't know, is a punishment invented by the Dutch. And it's when a sailor is literally dragged along the keel or the bottom of a ship. The bottom end of a ship, rather. Keel hauling was excruciating. Because the ship could have sharp barnacles attached to it, which could cause severe injury. And then there's, of course, the danger of drowning and death. Also, if you're bleeding, like so, due to keel hauling, you'll probably be attacked by sharks. And this was usually like certain death. Like, that was the result. So now we go to honorable mentions. So, My Jolly Sailor Bold. Now, if you've ever seen the second to last Pirates of the Caribbean, I can't believe I stand for that. I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with Disney. I just really do at this point, as it relates to Pirates of the Caribbean. The version I've heard is so beautiful and eerie. There's a couple of versions on YouTube that you can look up, and it depends on your taste, or even if you like this kind of music at all. But it's just sad. It's really sad. I like it for its folky, like, nautical coastal towniness, but other than that, it's really, I don't know, you gotta listen to it. And it's also, it depends on who's singing it. It's very beautiful. Not Scrum. Scrum tried, so I guess we give him an A for effort. Thumbs up if you know. Like this video if you know who Scrum is. Sloop John B, aka the John B Sails. So I found this out. All right, here's another thing that's gonna question my blackness. I am a moderate fan of the Beach Boys. No, I'm a huge fan of the Beach Boys. And yes, I know they stole Surfing USA, so they're a problematic favorite. This is another song that they borrowed. And this is actually a Bahamian folk song that was made famous, like I said, made famous by the Beach Boys. And I found this out doing my research. I'm like, what? And if you listen to it, because you read the lyrics and you listen to it and you're just like, oh, cool. This does not sound like, this just doesn't, something is amiss. Something is, But the reason I put this on here is, while it's not creepy, it's not eerie, it's interesting because it's based off of a real event. I'm probably gonna do a TikTok on it because, while it's not creepy, I just find it interesting. But it's based off of a Bahamian ship called the John B Sails, and it's one of those songs that it's a folk song in the Bahamas that people don't seem to know a lot about, I guess, unless of course you're from the Bahamas. And I did find some versions sang by Bahamian people, so I encourage you to check that out, because it's almost like the song Louie Louie, which is another one that we didn't know was done by a person of color I didn't know until I looked it up. Once again, questioning my blackness. I used to watch Animal House religiously, and that scene where they sing Louie Louie. Yeah. One day I was I think I was adding it. No, I wasn't adding to my music list, my music playlist. I was adding it. No, I was listening to this thing on one of the news channels here, and they did like a feature. It was during Black History Month because that's when all the tea comes out, and they mentioned Louie Louie. I wish they had mentioned this song because I want some more information on the John B. sales. But that is the end of my 2 creepy sea shanty songs video. On the next one, I believe we're going to talk about Shanghai. I'll have to check. Real talk, I'll have to check out my schedule to see what I've got for y'all. So, Happy New Year, and I will see you all on the next Painted Hang. And by the way, this setup will be much better. I was trying to... It'll be much better. Bye.